What's going on, guys? This is Kobe with Sample Source, back with another video. If you are viewing the channel for the first time, I am a full-time music producer for over 2 years. I'm also a platinum producer. I've produced for Rod Wave, K-Camp, YFN, Lucci, Rotimi, and many more artists. And in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is how I respond to negative comments about marketing and selling and why people think that it's wrong. And I'm going to direct you towards the truth about why selling is the most natural thing you can possibly do and why everybody should do it. And this is not just in business, but also a life principle that I'm going to talk about today and how you can apply it to producing to increase your sales starting today. So I'm going to jump right into the video. But before I start, make sure that you go to the link in the description and get all of the free stuff that I have for you guys. So if it's your first time here or you've been viewing the channel for a while and you still haven't downloaded the free resources that I provide, I have a free framework for selling custom beats. That's the link in the description. So if you haven't downloaded that already, it's going to tell you why maybe the custom beats route would work better for you than the leasing route. And I also have another free resource for you, which is a free license agreement template. So this is really helpful. It has all of the information you need to fill in, bolded and put into parentheses so that you can easily just copy in your information, like the date, your name, the beat you're working on, and the price and license type. And that's basically all you need to do. You just basically put that information in and you can send that out to an artist who is on the fence about buying something, and you're going to convince them that you are not only trustworthy, but also are giving them a paper trail in case something goes wrong in the transaction. That way they have something in their hands that has proof that they have bought a certain license type. And so this gives them a lot more trust in you and your business and ensuring professionalism. And I use it in almost every single transaction that I do apart from BeatStars. So hopefully that's helpful to you. So make sure you go and download all the free stuff in the description below. So to jump into the video, I received a really negative comment today, and this was from me running my ad. So if you don't know, I run an ad that basically gives away free beats in exchange for their email. And then I send some email marketing to them. So basically I received this negative comment. I don't know if you'll be able to read this or not, but basically what they were saying is it's not really a free gift because you're really exchanging their information for marketing to them. And so he was really trying to twist this in a negative way, like I already didn't say that in the ad. So the ad basically says that I'm giving away 3 free beats and put in your email address and then I'll send them to you. It doesn't say that I'm not going to market to them emails or anything like that, but obviously they have to opt in. They have to double opt in order for me to even send them the email sequence that I already have set up. So it's very interesting to me why people think that this is really a wrong thing to do. And basically, let me read off the comment that he had after I responded that, you know, of course, that's how marketing works. And I already told you that you were exchanging your email address for the free beats anyways. So his response was, yeah, otherwise known as scumbag maneuvers in underground scenes. Money over everything, though, I guess. Right. So that's what he had to respond to. It's really interesting to me why he came to this conclusion, but we live in a world that stigmatizes selling and basically says that it's this really evil, bad thing and it's morally wrong, and anybody that wants your information is going to use it for evil and not for good. So let me explain to you why this guy could not be further from the truth. So there's a few different reasons. The first one is that email marketing is something that all companies do pretty much. So basically, if you don't know, you work for a company, most likely. So if you work for a corporation, you work for a company, then you know that you are working for somebody that is trying to stay in business. And in order to stay in business, they need 3 different things. They need leads to come into their business. They need to make offers to those leads. And then they also need to have a product in place to sell. So if they don't have either of those components, they don't have a business. In order to get leads into your business, you either are going to be on a referral basis or you're going to market your business. You're going to put it out into the marketplace and see who is interested in engaging with your business if they find any value in it. That's what marketing is. So that's what I'm doing because, hey, maybe I'm not getting enough leads into my business organically. So let's run an advertisement. Let's go and start looking for people who want to engage with my business. So that's what I did. I started running an ad, and most of the people will go and see that there's free beats. They'll swipe up, they'll go to the page, and they'll download them. And I have received tens and tens of emails thanking me for the value I provided just with the beats. But I also send them 5 different emails in a sequence, and that gives them so much more value on networking. It shows them how to avoid working with bad producers as well. And a lot of people have thanked me for that are artists, and that gave them a lot of much needed guidance and direction in their careers. So I would count that as a win-win scenario, because I'm just offering them so much value up front for free that when I actually offer to sell them something, they're much more likely to take me up on that offer, because they know that I am offering them quality and I'm offering them value. So that's what I perceive really good marketing to be. But somebody who thinks that marketing is being used the way that Mark Zuckerberg uses it is, something that is wrong. Obviously, I am not one of those kinds of people. I'm not somebody who is going to spam the mess out of people who are on my email list and email them twice a day and only offer them discounts and stuff like that. That's not the kind of person that I am. But he is assuming an identity onto me, right? So when somebody does this, I don't even get mad, because I know that they're coming from a place of bitterness and a place of hurt, where they might have a business, they might not. But let's say they have had a business and they didn't see any real success with it. Maybe it was surrounded by confusion and they didn't know why it wasn't successful. Or maybe just in life in general, they feel like everybody's coming down on them and they don't really know how to deal with hierarchy and how and the marketplace and getting promotions and things like that in order to sustain themselves and survive in society, right? So people have different motivations for many different reasons. So here is the other reason why this person is extremely wrong. So with selling, a lot of people have stigmatized selling, as I said earlier in the video. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with selling. It's actually one of the most natural things that you can do, especially when you're engaging with society and you're engaging with humanity in general. So when you are in the marketplace and you are in society, what you are trying to do is exchange value in the marketplace in order to get a return on that initial investment, right? So in order to do that, you need to communicate with people. And when you're communicating with people, they are trying to read several things from you. They're trying to see if you're ethical. They're trying to see if you're honest, and they're trying to see if you are somebody who offers value to their life. So that's really all that selling really is. So why would it be wrong to sell when everybody is doing it every single day? You sell people on yourself when you're doing a job interview. You sell people on yourself when you are trying to get them to go on a date with you. Maybe you have a romantic interest. You also sell your family on trying to go on a vacation somewhere that you want to go, or go out to eat at the restaurant you want to, or you're trying to sell your kids on doing particular actions because that's what you desire of them to do. So selling is not wrong. It's something that is inherently just seated in human beings, and it's something that we are designed to do, especially when we're engaging with humanity in general. Even though we can sell to something such as an animal as well. Like if we are trying to domesticate an animal, then we are trying to sell them on different things. Let's say that you were trying to get a horse to do a particular action and you offer it a carrot or some other kind of food in order to take that particular action. That is actually selling. So selling is one of the core things that human beings do in nature and in life in general. So there's nothing wrong with selling whatsoever. If somebody tells you like, oh, at least I'm not a car salesman or an insurance salesman or something like that, I would challenge you to challenge them to look at life differently and look at selling differently. Just because it has been stigmatized because certain people have non-ethical practices, when they're trying to sell warranties and things like that, does not mean that selling is bad. It just means that certain methods of selling are bad. So that is the point that I wanted to make in today's video. Hopefully that really shows you a little bit of insight into why I don't even get mad when people do negative comments like this. So the last section of this video that I want to talk about is something that I've said several times, but I think it needs to be said again, especially in this context. And this is the difference in selling between convincing and persuading. And a lot of people might say, like, what's the difference between those two? I thought that those two were the exact same thing, when in reality, they're not only different things, they're actually the exact opposite of each other. So let me tell you exactly why this is true. So when you try to convince somebody to do something, especially when it is selling, when it comes to selling, what you are trying to do is convince them to buy something that you have to sell and you want them to buy. So what is the difference between that and persuading? The difference between that and persuading is when you persuade somebody in the context of selling, what you are doing is you are asking them a series of questions to identify what they are looking for, and then you are simply offering them what they say that they have a desire for. So if somebody says that they are looking for a boat, you might ask them like, how big of a trolling motor do you want on that boat? How many seats do you want it to have? Do you want it to be something that you use oars to navigate the water through, or do you want it to have a trolling motor on it? You can ask them a series of questions. It doesn't really matter because I'm not an expert on boats, but you're gonna ask them what length they want it. You're gonna want, is it made out of aluminum? Is it made out of wood? And then when they answer all of those questions, then you can go in and look through your inventory and see if you have something that fits that, and you offer it to them, and they say, this is exactly what I was looking for. I want to buy this one. How much does it cost? That's how you sell something to someone. You don't go and just randomly go through your whole inventory of product without asking the questions, because it's going to make you look stupid because you're trying to convince them to buy something that you don't even know if they want or need or even have a desire for getting. So that is the difference between persuading and convincing somebody. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. You can apply this in production, especially when you are in the DMs on Instagram. This is a great way to start getting your foot in the door and to start getting some more sales by persuading and by selling in the best format possible. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If it was, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I hope that this video has helped you as well. So I will see you guys in the next one.